Hello everybody, welcome to my second Florida Forest Communities 360 community walkthrough. Today we are in Prairie Creek Preserve, which is about 20 minutes from the University of Florida campus, and we are in a bottomland hardwood forest. So bottomland hardwood forests are they're located all throughout Florida, so you can find them pretty much anywhere. Very common. And they're associated with blackwater and alluvial floodplain forests. And the bottomland hardwoods are found between intermediate swamps, which flood a lot, and the uplands, which don't flood as much. So they're pretty wet, but not as kind of like middle in the stage of wetness that you get. The soils, as you can see, are a mixture of sand, clay, and organic materials. Give you that traditional dirt color, I feel like you think of when you think of dirt. And yeah, the forest as a whole is deciduous, or kind of like mixed deciduous and evergreen. And you have closed canopy forest on the terrace and levees within the river plain floodplain and in the shallow depressions like you see here. As far as the disturbances for this forest community go, the main disturbance is flooding, and because like there's isolated depressions, it does not flood frequently. So depending on how the topology of the forest is, the flooding can be a little different. If you're along long rivers and on higher ridges, then you're only going to have short seasonal floods. But if you're along smaller streams, you are going to have periodic flooding up to maybe like 5 to 7 times a year. Because of the amount of flooding, fire is not a major disturbance in this community. Although fire does occur, but it's more on like an individual level after like a tree gets hit by a lightning strike, rather than like a systemic disturbance that you can count on community-wide. As far as management of these community goes, a lot of bottomland hardwood forests have been transformed into pine preserves rather than the like initial natural state. Also, Prairie Creek Preserve has been also used not only as a hiking trail but a cemetery. And as far as like wildlife goes, black bears rely on the woods in floodplains like this for like habitat and to move around in. And if you get a beaver along like a river or stream and it dams it up, it can kill the canopies by damming the water, and it converts the area into a marsh. So that is a way in which like you may need to manage that to keep the ecosystem the way it is. All right, now looking at more of the forest structure, you have lots of mainly oaks and pines in this kind of forest. So you see there, we have a big laurel oak over there making up the canopy, as well as pines are very common. So you see we have a pine over here, as well as it's kind of in the distance, but another like some more pines over there, spruce pines and loblolly pines, if you can see them. As far as like the sub canopy goes, you have a lot of mid-story trees, but I feel like one of the main ones you see are identifiable are the dwarf palmettos. So you see them there, over there, and just all around, so many dwarf palmettos. As far as like on the ground goes, you get a lot of herbs and grasses, and like one of the most common grasses you'll see is are witch grasses. So you see all around tons of herbs and grasses just everywhere. So yeah, that's been the bottomland hardwood forest. You know, really beautiful. If you have a chance to come and visit one, I would recommend it. It's a really good place to go on a hike. Thank you for watching my project, and have a wonderful day.